day. You got it for the whole week, yo.
Facts, guy. You don't know?
Exactly.
That's a lie, because you said you do that on Sundays.
Yo,
Nah, man.
He got to prep it, yo. Yo, we lie. Yo, what's up, YouTube? It's the one and only legend, the one, aka Low, and we are back with another episode of the podcast. You know what I'm saying? Swing it along to the co-host, to the like. Yeah, y'all like guests. Y'all been here already. Y'all basically live here. I just don't pay no rent. That's a crazy part about it.
Yo, mute the fucking video, bro.
I muted. He's done.
Damn, you
Okay, there we go. Got it. Damn, I heard like 3 Legend of Winnings. What's up, people? What's going on?
Yo, you're bugging. Yo, shout out to the one and only Agent Zero. Go introduce yourself, yo. Bruno Mars of the 2K community.
Hey, man, you know how we do it, man. I'm the greatest sharpshooter on YouTube, and nobody could touch me. Yeah.
Are those shots? Are those subliminals?
No.
Oh, I was about to say, yo. And then my other co-host, the other guest, one and only Waffle Man, aka
Yo,
you're not really Kendrick Lamar no more. You're not Kendrick Lamar on YouTube.
I actually changed my Twitter.
Blew up. You still dead, bro?
Nah.
Kendrick Lamar dead right now. Where kid out that boy?
Oh, wow.
But you guys already know what it is, man. First of all, I'm no longer Kendrick Lamar of YouTube, ladies and gentlemen. I am now the Childish Gambino of YouTube, sir. This man, I'm watching Atlanta. This man doing it all, boy. And you know what? I was thinking I'm doing it all too. You know, I got a mixtape job and so, you know what I'm saying? Doing YouTube. I'm the king of the pod. I mean, come on, son. But anyways, man. Hashtag New York Knicks in the chat. Can we get a hashtag?
Nah, hashtag
Melo?
the L's, bro.
Hashtag Sierra in the chat, please.
Hashtag them L's, boy. Hashtag them L's.
Hashtag the L's for New York right
Y'all
there.
garbage. Hey, since this is the last week of the I think it's the last podcast we're gonna do before the All-Star voting ends. Let me give everybody a quick update real quick, and we start off with that real quick. Hold on, let me see if I can share my screens real quick. Y'all tell me y'all can see it in the chat. Y'all tell me y'all can see this in the chat. Hold on, let me see the entire screen. Bong. I'm pretty sure y'all can see it. I'm hoping y'all can see it. If not, let me run it off. Let me run it off real quick. Real quick with the votes in the Eastern Conference front court, LeBron James is leading with 1 million. Then after that is Giannis, then Kevin Love. Joel Embiid is still 4th. Melo slid a little bit. Now Jimmy Butler's 5th. Then you got Melo at 6th. Porzingis is right behind him with around 3,000 votes. Paul George fell a little bit more, which is kind of crazy, at 8th. Jabari at 9th, and then at 10th is Tristan Thompson. Tristan Thompson kind of bumped up. I forgot who was 10th last week. And then in the backcourts with the guards, you got Kyrie Irving still 1. I think everything is still the same. Kyrie Irving, Dwayne Wade, DeMar DeRozan, Isaiah Thomas, Kyle Lowry, Derrick Rose, John Wall, Jeremy Lin, Avery Bradley. No, Kemba Walker, then Avery Bradley. I think that's the same. Then when it goes to the Western Conference front court, Kevin Durant, Zaza still at 2nd. Kawhi, Anthony Davis, Draymond, DeMarcus Cousins, Karl-Anthony Towns, LaMarcus Aldridge, Blake Griffin, and Marcus. So I think everything is basically the same. Guards is Stephen Curry, James Harden, Russell Westbrook, Klay Thompson, Chris Paul, Dame, Eric Gordon, Iguodala, Manu Ginobili, and Zach LaVine. If I'm not mistaken,
see it, right?
Wait, you said it again? Oh, you can say it? Okay, cool. I didn't know if you could or not.
You had to read through the whole fucking list.
I think everything is the same except for the Tristan Thompson bump. I can't remember who was 10th or not last week. But there is y'all weekly update. Y'all still got a problem with it? I see the young boy Melo sliding a little bit. And
last week?
No, he was above Jimmy last week. And Porzingis wasn't that close.
Yo, can you guys stop fucking voting for Dwayne Wade? I know he's not gonna make it anyway, because thank God for the other 50%. Why is he voted that high, man? I know it's not the Chicago. It's the Miami fans. I see them fucking retweeting these Dwayne Wade. He's not if Dwayne Wade makes it in and Jimmy Butler doesn't, knowing damn well Jimmy Butler's playing light years better this year, that doesn't logically make sense to me, man. I get it. Like, if I voted for Kobe even when he was fucking injured, but if Kobe had a teammate like Jimmy Butler who's outperforming him, y'all aren't also gonna vote for Jimmy Butler? I don't know. If Jimmy Butler's gonna make it regardless through the coaches, even if he doesn't get voted in, but I think he deserves a starting spot in the All-Star game.
Yeah, Whiteside is the one who slid out, and Tristan Thompson is the one who popped in. So somebody echoing like crazy right now.
Oh, that's probably me. Let me throw on the headsets.
So yeah, there's your updates right there. I don't think if I'm not mistaken, I don't think Whiteside's going to be in there. So
nah, he's not.
Yeah, I don't think Whiteside's going to be in there, and I don't think Tristan Thompson going to be in either. So the bottom really doesn't matter, but it seems like the top is still the same. Like Agent said, though, it's 50% this year. It's not 100%. So that's what we're going to see. If it was 100%. That literally means Zaza would be the starter, yo.
That would be so fucking lit, man. Wouldn't that be lit?
That'd be, you know what's crazy? They would have to go a couple of days without showing the results so they can skew it. They'd be like, nah. We can't keep showing this. We can't keep showing this. We're going to change a little bit.
Yo, that's where the fans fucked up because first year Zaza was pretty high, but he fell off. Last year was the year y'all should have put Zaza in, but it's too late now. They made the rule changes. They patched all-star voting this year.
But he's getting mad votes now because he's on the Warriors too.
Yeah, that is true. It's the double shit. They got the fucking Warrior bandwagon fans plus his Georgia natives, his Georgia Republican natives. Have y'all made y'all list yet? Have y'all done y'all starting 5 or no?
Nope. I got what 2 weeks left, right? 3 weeks?
It's a few days. I thought it was only 7 days left.
Oh, word? Right? Oh,
that's when the fan voting ends. But
yeah, fan voting. Yeah.
That's not when they actually drop it because then you have to. You said the players get 25% and then the media 25%, right?
You still gotta wait for the players. But I mean, us as fans, I mean, we're not media, so I mean,
what aren't we though? We have YouTube channels.
Oh, what about you talking about for the starting lineup though? Because
for the starters, yeah.
I mean, we already know who the starters is.
Well, I know for the East, it's gonna be Giannis, LeBron, Jimmy Butler, DeRozan. And likely Isaiah Thomas. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Isaiah Thomas.
For those people out there, shout out to everybody in the chat. Go ahead and check me out. Go ahead and check the description out. You can click on the links in the description. You can check out all our Twitters and our YouTube pages. The reason why I say this is because if you go on my Twitter, the one thing that's pinned up right now is my starting 5. My starting 5 for the East is exactly what Agent just said: Isaiah Thomas, DeMar DeRozan, Jimmy Butler, LeBron James, and Giannis. And over in the West, I got Harden, Westbrook, Kawhi Leonard, Anthony Davis, and Durant. So that's my starting 5. I think that's a legit starting 5. What about you, Waffle? You got anybody that you think should be in the starting 5 that's not in the starting 5? It's not me or Agents.
What'd you say again?
Oh, let me. Oh yeah, I'll blow mine up real quick. Is that pause? Is that a pause? No, that's not a pause. No. That's not a pause?
Pause right now.
Yo, I saw a tweet today saying that Isaiah Thomas is one of the best point guards in the league. I was like,
is he not?
Nah,
he's elite.
One of the best is top 3, bro. That's top 3. That's reckless talking right there, man.
Well, I feel like if they said top 3, he actually would have said top.
Anybody could say one of the best. Is he even top 5? We got Westbrook, Chris Paul, Curry, James Harden.
I guess.
Yeah, it depends whether you place Lowry there or not. But shout out to.
I don't place Lowry there.
Yeah, shut up in your garbage ass fucking Knicks.
No, listen, I'm talking about Isaiah Thomas, man. Respect when respect is due. Lowry's good.
I think he's playing great, and I'm glad. I sometimes Boston fans trigger me, but they see Isaiah Thomas doing well, and the second round of voting, he actually bumped up phenomenally. So when they're passionate about some shit, they vote. So yeah, man, I think Isaiah's gonna make the starting spot regardless, because he already has the edge in voting. Even though Lowry is shooting some fucking historical numbers from the 3-point line, but
actually, let me see: Westbrook, Curry, Kyrie.
You think Kyrie's gonna make it? Oh, Kyrie's the 5th point guard. Kyrie's gonna make it, but I don't think he's gonna start. He's not gonna start.
Oh yeah, that's true. Unless the Cavs fans do something crazy. Yeah. But I guess Celtic fans got more votes than them for some reason. So you got Kyrie, Westbrook, Curry. Who else is there? CP3.
Mm-hmm. Does Giannis count as a point guard?
I mean, if you count him as a point guard, then you count Harden as a point guard. Then you got LeBron as a point guard.
Well, LeBron's a point
forward.
Then
would you even count Kyrie as a point guard then?
Yeah, you would. What else would you count him as?
Count him as a shooting guard. You don't play. You don't play point guard.
Yeah, he does.
Exactly, but does LeBron play point guard?
He brings the ball up sometimes. That's like saying Kobe's a point guard because Kobe brings the ball up at times.
Exactly, but anybody could bring the ball up if you could freaking dribble.
Fuck it. The East is pretty much set in stone. I really just wish Dame could play on the East because I already know Dame's about to get snubbed on the West.
As he should.
As he should?
Listen, man, if you want to not get snubbed, just come to the East and come to the Nets, bro. We got a spot waiting for you.
It could be any team on the East because they got too much heat in the backcourt now.
I mean, even the East. He's got some good point guards. Like Kemba Walker, I think he'll make it.
No.
I mean, I hope it.
No.
Kemba Walker's not going to make it?
No, he definitely stepped up. He was a scraper last year. He almost made it. He scraped the door, but he didn't make it in. But this year?
I don't know if he can make it this year. I'm not sure.
Talent isn't there, dude.
The Hornets or the Wizards, who are you going to take? Wall or Kemba?
Everybody swears up and down that Wall, but I mean, just looking at the record, because statistically speaking, it is. No, it's not. They're not the same. But statistically speaking, it is.
Talking about the Hornets and the Wizards record.
Right now, their record is the same. But I'm talking about statistically speaking, they're like John Wall and Kemba Walker. John Wall is better statistically.
Damn, Hornets lost to the 76ers today too.
And on top of that, like me and Waffle was telling people this early in the year. Like people was like, "Oh my God, look at the what's the team called?
The Hornets.
Look at the Hornets. Look at the Hornets." And we was telling y'all they playing bad teams. Like they playing mediocre teams early on. Look at what they at now. They sliding all the way at the bottom. So. I don't know. Yo, the only reason I'm not knocked out because you got the little power cord next to your feet and stuff like that. So I was like moving my feet and I touched the thing and it's done.
That's you, nigga. Just you with your bum ass setup.
Oh yeah, it is.
Oh,
no, it is. I just plugged up a whole bunch of stuff. But no, Kemba for me, Kemba's not in the All-Star game. No,
you don't think so?
No, because because I had Isaiah Thomas and DeMar is starting, and then that still leaves Kyrie Irving, Kyle Lowry, and then that still leaves John Wall, and that still leaves Dwayne Wade. Like I think there's too many players.
Wade
makes it in low key. I'm gonna get triggered. I'm not gonna lie to you, man.
Damn, you think they're gonna put? I don't think they'll put in Wade because they put in Butler starting then. I guess he's starting.
Well, Butler's a small forward though. So it's a front court player. It's not a back court. I don't know. Y'all might be right. Hold on. Let me think about this.
No, but they don't really count. They don't have a specific range set of numbers that they need to put in as guards and forwards in the game. It's just for the starters, right?
No.
Damn, he cut off.
2 backup guards, and it's a 3 starting. What's it called? It's a 3 starting front court players and a 3 backup front court players, and then there's 2 more left after that.
Oh. Well, you said how many people guards you cut off?
Oh, two starting guards, 2 backup guards, and 1 reserve guard, if I'm not mistaken. So in total is 5 guards. So if it's Isaiah Thomas, DeMar DeRozan, Kyrie Irving, Kyle Lowry, if people gonna put Kyle Lowry in, and then after that, there's 1 more guard position left, and you would have to fight that out with. Teague is playing good. I'm just throwing names out there. I'm not saying Teague should make it. But Teague, John Wall, Kemba Walker, Dwayne Wade. I don't know. Kemba might make it. Actually. Thinking about it.
That's what I'm saying, yo. You almost made it last year, and last year was a little tougher.
Because Butler was in the backcourt last year, so it was tougher, yeah. Butler being a small forward is making it tough on people, especially Carmelo. So, it is what it is.
Yeah, Melo's not gonna make it, man. That's crazy.
Have you seen it? If you really look at it, I don't think Melo gonna make. Because if you don't get enough voting for the fans and the players and the media votes, I don't know if them coaches gonna vote him in, man.
I think you're crazy about that.
I don't know, bro. I don't know. But y'all talking about it wasn't
Wade. Wade probably make it. You right.
I'm gonna say if you think Melo gonna make it through coaching, then you got to think Wade is gonna make it through coaching.
But I'm talking about. But they're taking about. I'm taking about taking the best player from a team. Wade's not the best player on his team.
But the Knicks, there's enough front court players that are better that have better teams than Melo for them to resort to picking Melo. That's what I'm saying. There's so many other. Yeah, there are.
No, I'm saying there's enough spots though. Anyways.
He's gonna be like Kemba Walker. If he make it, he's gonna be he's gonna be scraping in. He can be scraping. The West to me is fine. I don't think Zaza's going to make it, so the West should be fine in my opinion.
Draymond Green, Cousins, Towns. Damn, that's a lot.
Oh, Towns isn't going to make it.
Griffin and Gasol are out, probably.
I don't think Griffin going to make it. Towns isn't going to make it.
Remember when y'all had such high hopes for Karl-Anthony Towns to the season, man?
Yeah, I know. Rudy Gobert, I don't think he's going to make it. And I think Marcus Gasol going to get voted in by the coaches.
I agree.
That's it. But I think the front court, I think the back court is fine. I think the starters shouldn't be Curry, but I think Curry's probably going to end up being a starter. But I think that's it. I think we go with the
Damn. Curry trash too. Curry garbage. Hot garbage.
He shouldn't be what you call it. Moving on though to the homeboy, the $200 million man, DeMarcus Cousins. It's not even really a rumor. He outright said it that he's going to he's staying. He told reporters after he was sitting down after the game, he basically just front up said that he wants to stay in Sacramento for the remainder of his career. We talked about this not too long ago about the money that's being brought in to some of these players and how much money is going to be put on the table if they end up leaving or going to another team and how much money they potentially could be losing. $200 million, I think it's a little bit more than that, but $200 million is a good handful of money. Yo, shout out to the people in the chat. Y'all tell me, should DeMarcus stay or should he go? Should he run away like D Rose? But also, y'all tell me as well, y'all think this is a good move for him? Y'all think he should be staying? Y'all think he should be leaving? You think he should skedaddle somewhere?
Well, he doesn't care about winning rings no more, I guess. That man said, give me that extra money. I'm staying in Sacramento. The team, who would want to stay in Sacramento knowing damn well they don't know how the fuck to manage anybody? It's been a disaster for an organization, man. But, yo, would you leave like $50 million on the table or $40 million on the table just to go to another team and have a higher percentage chance of winning a championship? It's not a guarantee. So it's a safe move, I guess.
I mean, I don't hate his decision, but I guess he was that type of player to not really chase rings like that. Even though he wants to come, he's never been in the playoffs before, and this season they'll probably not make the playoffs. So, listen, man, if this guy doesn't want to make the playoffs, then I guess he just needs to. The Kings he needs to put some emphasis on the Kings to get better pieces around him. But the man wants his money, and you know what? It's good for the NBA because the NBA he doesn't have to go to a freaking cheese ass team. Or go compete with another all-star to go on a team. So I guess that's good for the NBA.
Yep. Unless they might end up trading him though, because if once he resigns, his value is about to skyrocket again. So it gives the Kings a lot more options. Of course, if anything, they're gonna sign him to max. They won't sign him for like a penny less, or that'd just be ridiculous. Yeah,
because doing the math, 5 years, 200. I think somebody said 207, but around 200 million. We're talking about that's borderline. That's a little over 40 million a year on the low end. It's probably going to go up towards 50 million a year. Obviously, as a contract goes deeper as you go deeper into the contract, the money annually goes up. So we talking about potentially somebody 50 million a year. Low key, I don't even know if DeMarcus is worth 50 million a year. I know that sounds like I'm hating and stuff like that, but I mean, like we just sat there and said, like he hasn't even been in the playoffs, so he's not even a proven player. I don't know. Like you don't know what you're going to get.
I think he's the best center of the big men.
I've seen the difference. There's a difference between like some of these regular season players, like the Clippers in there. Like we know what a regular season team is and what's not a regular season team. What's a playoff team?
Listen, but DeMarcus Cousins needs someone to lead him the way.
They don't have no leaders on that team, man. So that's all I'm saying. I don't know if you're gonna spend $50 million a year or borderline $50 million a year on a player where you don't know what you're going to get out of him heading into June and July and stuff like that. That's what I'm saying.
Well, the alternative is you let him go, and that's a massive L. So I think he's easily worth that money, but just to the organization, you're not going to draft a player like that for a very long time. So you can take your shots, and they did take a lot of shots. Nick Stauskas. What was that? It wasn't McCollum. It was a guy with a similar name, Macklemore.
Ben Macklemore.
They keep trying to draft amazing talent with good draft picks, and they keep missing. So tough to run across a DeMarcus Cousins, man. They will not lose him. I think Lowry's gonna get that money, so I guarantee you DeMarcus is worth it.
Jesus.
I don't think Lowry is worth max money.
I don't know if he's worth it, but I think he's gonna get it.
That's a shame.
Damn.
I know that's a shame. You're putting in the chat. Would y'all pay Lowry max? Because that don't make no sense. If they pay Lowry max, then I don't know what y'all doing over there.
They probably sign someone first, and then since they got bird rights on Lowry, just sign Lowry and go over luxury tax.
True. But I don't know. I hope everything kind of works out for DeMarcus. I think we're getting to a point where people are starting to realize, I guess, championships really don't matter, especially when you're in a situation like he's in. You stay in the East. I mean, you stay in the West. You're going up against the Golden State Warriors for at least the next 5 years. You go in the East, you're going to go up against the Cavaliers with LeBron and Kyrie and Love for the next 5 years. So the likelihood of you winning the championship is extremely slim. So you might as well just get your money. So I'm assuming that's the way he's looking at it. That's the way I would look at it. If I'm not really,
that's a smart way to look at it. I mean, where else are you gonna go?
I mean, I guess I'll get Boston is like the only place.
No, there's a lot of teams that need DeMarcus Cousins.
Well, Boston would be a good place. They can get they still got the Nets pick, and they still got young pieces over there which they could trade to the Kings, help them rebuild, but the Kings don't want to do anything.
I'm gonna tell you right now, that team, that the Celtics might take an L, because if DeMarcus saying that he's gonna stay, then they just collecting draft picks for nothing. Then, like, when are they gonna trade the draft picks?
That's exactly what I said. The Celtics are sitting there with all these draft picks. They're getting young players for no reason. They should have got Jimmy Butler, or at least tried to attempt to trade for a good. Well, they have. I mean, Jay Crowder's all right, but Jimmy Butler's of course better. Get somebody who's like, good, and then they'd be set. You got Thomas, Horford, even at center, they could get a better center than that.
Not the great Al Horford, not the game-winning corner. Let me not get there yet, because we're gonna get there. But the thing about Boston is, like, if you really think about it, because they were like, I don't know if they're really trying to, but if they need a small forward, for example, why would I go after, or if I'm Gordon Hayward, because Gordon Hayward's a free agent, why would I go to Boston and get less money and be in practically, like, roughly the same situation? Because you look at their records right now, they have the same record. And the what's this team called? Utah Jazz. They started off the season slow without Gordon Hayward and Derek Favors. So if I'm Gordon Hayward, why would I take a pay cut, or why would I even agree to taking a pay cut just so I can join a team it may be a bit better, because they obviously got Isaiah Thomas, but the gap between Boston and Utah, I don't think is wide enough to convince anybody to take $50 to $100 million less. I can just stay in Utah, get the money, and still be on a championship contending team, or at least something near that realm. I don't understand that.
Well, it's his decision. Maybe he likes it in Sacramento. Maybe it's just a nice city.
I mean, it's Sacramento.
It's $200 million. It's $200 million.
And they got a new arena, rebranding now.
Nah,
it's nice. City could be nice, but
it's the millions. That's all it is. I don't want to really get on them Knicks just yet, because them Knicks, them Knicks fans be really hating me. We'll go to the Bulls, and then we'll hit the Knicks real quick, because then y'all beat the Bulls, so we'll touch on this first. The Bulls are kind of in a situation. We talking about this, we're moving Jimmy Butler and stuff like that. Bulls with Rondo kind of up in the air. I think a lot of people looking on the outside looking in kind of knew that the Bulls situation with Rondo and Jimmy Butler and Wade really didn't make any sense. They've been benching Rondo for a while. He's been quiet for the past week and a half to 2 weeks, but as of recently, he's been really upset about the situation and how the lack of explanation has gone through with him and the organization, the lack of communication on where exactly they're going and why he isn't going to be traded, or why he hasn't been traded. And if he's not going to be traded, then they need to feature him more in the offense, and understandably so. Where do you see Rondo fitting in, not just with the Chicago Bulls, but in today's NBA, where you need I won't say need, but I mean, I've been quite open about favoring point guards that have some shooting abilities. Rondo isn't one of those players, and he's ball dominant. Where does Rondo fit in today's NBA, and what team would claim that they need him? Because the Cavs, I don't know why, but they've spoken up about picking him up.
I think he's at this point in his career. Teams are looking for players that can shoot the ball and also score as a PG and also get an assist. He's a good floor general. I've seen it last night. He brings the ball, goes to the middle, sends him to the court, looks for his teammates. So that's why I think him going to the Cavs, as the Cavs would get him, would help him out a little bit, because then LeBron would kind of mentor him, help him out, get him back into a good state of mind. And then he'd be coming off the bench. So off that bench, you got nothing but shooters. So that's perfect for him. If he's the only one that can't shoot on that court, that wouldn't be a problem, because you got shooters all over the place. So that would be a good fit. Any other team, though, not really. If you really think about it, a lot of teams have their PGs now. Literally, the whole 1 through 12, 13, maybe even 14 in the Eastern Conference have PGs. So it's not really a place for him in any team now.
True. Agent, what you think about it?
He doesn't fit on no team. He can't shoot. Free throw suspect. He doesn't sit in an offense where the ball is moved around a lot. He holds on to he plays back. He plays 2K like one of those park YouTubers, man. They just love to handle the ball a lot. And then occasionally they'll get an assist and they'll be like, yeah, look, my stats look wavy. But Rondo's time passed, man. That man was dope on the Celtics, but ever since, I don't know. He just hasn't had it, man. And the more I watch him play, the more I realize, like, first of all, I knew it was a suspect decision to sign him. But if I'm not mistaken, he has like an option next year, right?
If I'm not mistaken, yeah, I think him and Wade signed that option. So
okay, so hopefully they don't. I don't know if it's a player or a team option, but as long as he's not with that team, the Bulls dodged the bullet. Everyone knew he was a bullet, though. Like, nobody signed him immediately. It took a while for Rondo to be signed. And even when a team signed him, it wasn't to a long-term contract for this specific reason. He doesn't fit in today's NBA. How can you not shoot in your point guard? I can't shoot, but I'm not an NBA player. I don't work on it every single day. I don't understand how if you're working on it every single day, you still can't do it. Like, there are so many bigs like Lucas Nogueira, pretty much a paint protector with no Hall of Fame badges right now, who's learning to shoot threes. And you're telling me Rondo can't do it as a point guard? I don't know.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, in today's NBA, I don't see him starting. And looking at some of the teams that may need a backup point guard, if he's willing to
backup,
I'm under the assumption that he's a backup. He's not no starter in my eyes. I don't think there is a team in the league that would use him as a starter because of his style of play. Like, maybe if Drew Holiday didn't come back, or he wasn't completely healthy, then maybe the Pelicans, or if Teague was struggling. I'm looking at it. I really don't see no team. I don't see no team at all that would need his assistance in any shape, form, or fashion.
That one team in the Turkish league, they can use Rondo.
Wow. So Rondo. The thing about Rondo is over the past few years with dealing with injuries and in and out of the league not in and out of the league, but bouncing around from teams with coaching issues and things like that. In that time period, he's also found himself being obsolete before the age of 30 even rolled around, and that's a scary thing as an NBA player, where your services, because you've been trying to get back on the court and then trying to find your way back in the good graces of a coach, you found yourself not even fitting in, not just with that team, but within the league. And if he's now obsolete and there's no need for a player like Rondo, who kind of just stands at the top of the key and dribbles the ball, then, I don't really see a purpose in him. But I will say this, though. Because somebody said Brooklyn, I can see Rondo in Brooklyn, I guess, because they just need to upgrade a point guard. I'll say this.
Lynn was injured.
Lynn
is way better.
Lynn better than Rondo.
I can't say way better.
I'll say better. It's not even a contest.
Lynn better, boy.
Look at Lynn's numbers.
I'm not saying he's not better. Y'all saying way better.
Easily better. Way better. Yes.
I'll say this, though. Doc Rivers is dumb enough, in my opinion. Doc Rivers is dumb enough that if Chris Paul leaves this offseason, that he would go out of his way to go get Rondo.
I think so, too, actually.
And the way that Doc Rivers coaches and the way he GMs, he likes to get players that he's coached with or went up against really hard. So I actually think that he would go out there and go get Rondo. I think if that's the move and the way that they operate, they need a player who handles the ball so he can set up Blake Griffin and DeAndre. Because I think Chris Paul is going to leave. I hope Chris Paul leaves anyway.
Ain't go where?
San Antonio.
I hope he doesn't go to no team. Can everybody just go to a free agency without piling on to the same fucking team?
Antonio.
Why would he not go to San Antonio?
Nasty. That's nasty, bro. I don't want to see this. This guy's a swag player. You can't go to a team like that. You become old.
He wants a championship. So
nah, man. Come to the swag cities.
No.
The swag cities?
I don't know the swag cities. I don't get that.
Come on, the swag cities, guy. Come on, you got LA. Go to the Lakers, bro.
Are you trying to say he's trying to go to the Knicks? That's what you trying to say?
I'm just saying I don't want to see him on the Spurs. That's all I know.
I want to see him get.
And LaMarcus? Oh,
you said that like it's terrible. Him, Kawhi, and LaMarcus.
I'm not saying it's terrible. I'm saying who wants to see all this shit?
I just want to see him win a championship. But speaking of the Knicks, I like CP3. I like CP3 a lot. Speaking of the Knicks, though, it's time to talk about this, man. We're gonna talk about this. We're gonna talk
garbage ass fucking team
on that man James Harden 2 MVP run. This man Derrick Rose. What a joke! What a joke Derrick Rose is, and what a joke the New York Knicks organization is as well. Derrick Rose decides to, and again, people say he has issues with his family. That's unfortunate, but you can call somebody. Derrick Rose in the middle of the day, not even after a game, not at night, not in the morning. In the middle of the day, he just got done seeing people. He just got done seeing his teammates. He was like, you know what I'm about to go do, bro? I'm about to go take a trip to Chicago, man. I ain't gonna tell nobody nothing. I'm going back to Chicago. Y'all can't tell me nothing.
I think somebody at the airport spotted him like, yo, don't you have games? Like, don't worry about it.
Don't worry about nothing, bro.
Don't catch his flight.
Don't you dare worry about
a flight. I don't even know how do you do that? How do you catch a flight?
He got on a flight. Well, he claims that his people in Chicago set up a flight for him so he could just get on the plane and board it and then leave. But again, this is like in the middle of the day. So I don't know. A lot of people are speculating there was things that happened on the court with him and the coach and they're not giving minutes and him being benched in the fourth quarter, yada, yada, yada. I even heard some people saying that at shooting round, the situation got brought up again, and Derrick Rose and the coach had a situation again in shooting round, which is why he saw him in the morning that shooting round, and you didn't see him in the rest of the game. But the end result of it was he got fined, but he didn't get suspended, and everybody's kind of just looking at the organization like, we're assuming that you all know what's going on, and we're assuming that y'all are understanding, y'all gonna look by it. But from the outside looking in, this looks kind of suspect. We're gonna report live to our local Knicks fan. Welcome, man. Tell us anything you heard about what's going on in the rumblings of the city of the motherland out in New York. Tell us what's going on out there.
One of the swag cities in America.
I mean, my bad. In the swag cities of America. Tell me what the city don't sleep. Tell me what's going on out there in motherland, man. What's up with the D-Rose talk?
Listen, man, I don't know what happened to D. All I know is that this nigga was in Westchester practicing in the morning. Then in the game, 10 minutes before, niggas is waiting for him to get to his locker. His jersey just sitting there clean, flat iron pressed. This nigga doesn't show up. And then the Knicks are like, all right, we got to start Brandon Jennings. And I'm like, what? Then on top of that, doesn't even say anything to the Knicks. So the Knicks are putting in Brandon Jennings 10 minutes before the game. Nobody knows, outside of the Knicks at this point. As soon as the game starts, all the fantasy owners are like, where's D-Rose? Oh, my God, my money. D-Rose, what you doing to me, D-Rose? I told y'all niggas stop playing this man D-Rose. Y'all ain't listen to me. But this nigga D-Rose, we were here for him the entire game. Of course, the Knicks had a bad night that night. And then, end of the game, Joe Noah says, this man's okay. Nigga, what you mean he's okay? Like this nigga got kidnapped or something? Like, where is this nigga at?
Then we weren't wondering he was dead. We were just like, where the fuck did he go?
No, some people thought he was dead because he wasn't. It was nothing. Like it was like, no, we don't.
Nah, that's like when a YouTuber doesn't upload for a week and everyone thinks they died. Relax.
I thought that man got something. This man got kidnapped or incapacitated or something. This man didn't show up. No text, no call. Niggas on the court wondering where D-Rose, the referee's asking, where's D-Rose so we can give this guy a technical foul?
Yeah.
Like, where is this man at? How can you leave? That's like, remember back in the days if you ever played for a team in high school and you always told your coach if you're going to miss a practice or you miss a game. If I would have missed a game without telling my coach what,
I would say it's really a game, not even a practice. It's a game.
Real quick though, Waffle, you know damn well you weren't on a basketball team, but all right.
I'm talking about football, but
football. Okay, not that neither, but all right, bet. Yeah, you know what's crazy is I don't remember anything like this in my life. I haven't ever seen somebody miss a game. Like Drew Holiday had major family issues and health, but he told people. You're telling me Derrick Rose couldn't tell one human being where he was at? Or maybe he told him not to tell anybody. But I think that's just fucking hilarious, man. That guy just decided not to play that day. Didn't he say he was contemplating retirement though?
I think he said he was going to take a step away from basketball one day.
And so what kind of shit would it be if they suspended him to give him more time to think about that? Wouldn't that be some dumb shit?
I would personally, I would suspend him like, yo, look, you got a lot of stuff going on. Me personally, I would just suspend him for a few games. Like, yo, like you got some stuff on you, so I can look good in the media and look like I'm punishing Derrick Rose, but also Derrick Rose can have his space as well. So I'm gonna suspend you for a day. I'm gonna suspend you for a game or two. We're gonna figure out what's going on in your life. You figure out you contemplate what's going on. But I mean, he on an expiring contract, and everything is kind of coming up. And then he had the audacity to turn around and say, "I'm looking for a max contract at the end of the season." He done lost his mind. I don't know what's wrong with Derrick Rose.
People in the chat are saying it's a rumor. That's what he said. It's a he said, she said thing. And I don't know if I trust the player that just didn't show up for no reason to a game. Yo, why is nobody getting on him for this? People made a lifetime meme out of Iverson for being lazy at practice or missing practice. And this guy missed an entire actual NBA game. And people are just like, it's gonna be a temporary joke. In 1 month, people are gonna forget. I'm gonna remember Derrick Rose decided one day he didn't want to show up to a game. Like, you know when you have a 3-hour lecture and you're like, I don't know if I don't want to go to the game. I mean the lecture. You just don't show up and you go to sleep instead. He did that shit for an NBA game where he's under contract. That's fucking hilarious.
There's apparently a rumor that he left because, well, I don't think it's true, but he left because he was kind of tight that he was benched in multiple fourth quarters like Rondo.
Yeah,
but I don't think he would leave. I don't know.
I don't think you would leave. I don't think you leave the city because of that. That's to me when they were saying, I was like, that's a bit much. Like that's a bit drastic. I don't think nobody would like up and leave the actual city themselves and be like, I'm going back to Chicago. Like, I don't think nobody says that. Like, I think somebody, like, they might quit on the team or they might, like, act like they're injured or hurt or something like that.
Yeah, if you don't tell anybody, like, you know it had to be someone on the down low. Like, he must have been running some drug operation in Chicago or, like, somebody in his family.
Or somebody's family got messed up. Like, his mom might have been sick or something.
Yeah, you got a cell phone. You can't even send a quick.
No, he still should have called. But I'm just saying he said some.
Nah, Drew Holiday had that exact situation, and he notified people.
Come on, 2 seconds to text.
Yeah, he could have texted somebody. He could have texted Noah. He could have texted Melo. He could text somebody, and
he was trying to not leave a trail. That's what he was doing. Yeah, I'm telling you, man.
No trail, bro.
You doing too much.
Ain't no trail, nigga. This nigga, rich man, got all this phone and stuff.
Yeah, he could have called somebody.
He was keeping something on the DL. I don't know anything else that I need to be that down low. It couldn't no text to anybody.
He didn't even really address anything. He just said, something that came on my family. And I understand that, privacy.
No, that's okay. Let's say you did what Derrick Rose did. You didn't show up to a game. If I'm sitting at home like, what excuse is going to get me out of this? Oh, something happened to my family. That's the first thing that comes up. I don't know if I trust that, man.
I'm just saying, I don't want to jump to any conclusions because I don't know exactly what's going. Because I don't know. What's
let's
going
jump
on.
to conclusions, man. Let's jump.
I don't know what's going on, but all I'm saying is he could have called somebody. That's all I'm saying. He could have called somebody. He could have done something, and I'm pretty sure he provided some proof that something was going on, and they were just like, all right, cool. Just don't make sure it don't happen next time. We're gonna fine you for a game, just because we got to do it in the public eye. So you're being punished.
No,
but that's
because he gets paid to play the games, and he wasn't in one of them.
Better get fined.
So he get fined. That's what I'm saying. He got fined.
But did the team? Was it the team fine or NBA fine? I didn't check.
That was a team fine.
That was a team fine.
Okay, the NBA needs to fine him too, though, because that weed was fucking tough. I said they need to. I don't know if they did or not, but that's hilarious. Do you know how much the fine amount was?
200,000.
250. Oh, 200,000.
Oh, that's serious money.
Oh, that is 200,000. That's a good amount, actually. That's a
wow, that is crazy, yo.
That's a good amount. So Phil Jackson was like, I need that bread. You can come off that bread, young fella. Give me that money.
Yeah, they took that money, put it in my pocket, boy.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah.
I used to be like very insensitive. I mean, I used to be very sensitive to basketball players. Like, I don't know, maybe they had something going on. I don't know, maybe Rondo couldn't develop a shot for this medical reason, or maybe biologically. But like, the more I think about it, like, I could hit the rec at my university and catch people shooting lights out. You know what I mean? So like, I have less excuses for people when they fuck up. I used to have a lot of excuses, like, oh, maybe this happened. You know what I mean? I'm more insensitive now. Like, I'm just gonna assume if you didn't text nobody that you fucked up somewhere, and the family shit might not be true. But I'm actually looking for. I hope there's somebody investigating this shit, man. I want to find out what really happened.
I don't think it's that big of a deal. And also staying with the Knicks as well. Like everybody said, well, I didn't put this in. We'll wrap up the Derrick Rose thing like this because I didn't put this in. This is what Waffle's the one who sets up the topics. This is what Waffle said. He's a New York Knicks fan himself. He said, "Is Derrick Rose overrated or too much love for him?" Y'all tell me in the chat. Is Derrick Rose overrated or not?
I don't know.
It's a bit of the same. It's a bit of the same. But y'all tell me in the chat if Derrick Rose is overrated or not. You already know I think Derrick Rose is well overrated. But you know, it is.
I think less and less people are overrating him now because they're starting to recognize through all these years, like, yeah, like you'll see him do one good play. He's back.
Yeah,
vintage Rose.
Yo, every single time he does like a baseline layup, he's like, "Oh my God, Rose turned back the wheels of time." It's like, calm down. He did something that like almost every starting point guard in the NBA could do. Calm down. Jesus Christ.
Oh my God, that's funny. That's always funny to me. Oh, Rose is throwing like, if you were Rose, wouldn't you feel like? Damn, bitch, every time I do something nice, you got to call it a throwback. Like, that's what they do to Vince Carter. Every dunk this guy Vince makes is on a Vine somewhere talking about, oh, Vince Carter, he's old, but old throwback. Like, yo, come on, man. How old is Rose? Is he even 30 yet?
No.
He got drafted in, like, 2008, right?
He's 28. He's 28, right?
You think he's 30? He ain't the same age as Kyle Lowry.
Anyway,
yeah, word. He's not the same age as Kyle Lowry.
Jesus Christ.
You're right. He's not the same age as Kyle Lowry. He's 28. He's 20 on the dot. Yeah, I was right.
Most of the chat thinks overrated too.
Some people I saw overrated. I saw both. I saw overrated and too much love. Also, we're gonna stay with the Knicks as well because they're also a joke. They won their last game, so shout out to them. They beat the Bulls. However, they lost to the 76ers. It's a travesty, man. It's a travesty going on in New York right now. The motherland, they're struggling extra hard, ultra hard, especially when you lose to the Sixers on a buzzer beater and you are up in the entire game. Looking over the last, I want to say 10 games. Let me see. Yeah, 10 games. They've only won two. They only won 2 out of the last 10 games. In some of those games that they lost to extremely close margins, not only to Philly, but he was really close to the Milwaukee Bucks as well, to the buzzer beater by Giannis, and they lost close to Atlanta as well, as well as Boston. Again, Waffle. What's up with your Knicks, bro? What's up with these garbage ass niggas? Because if I talk about them, I'm hating. So I don't want to talk about them no more.
Man, it's just a little break, bro. Sometimes you get in a little slump. You know what I'm talking about? Just like the Hawks. The Hawks were back now. They were trash at one point, and now they back. Yo, just give us one more week. We be back, boy.
Y'all been in a decade slump.
I'm about to say it's been a
while. Nah, nigga. We were a couple of weeks ago. We were third in the East, boy. We just in a little slump. We're gonna come back.
Low key, that's just the East though, because the difference between, and I keep saying this, and I'm just not really.
Listen, we can win 3 games. We can win 3 games, and a couple of teams lose.
Yeah, exactly.
We back, boy.
It's stupid because I'm looking at it because even all the way up to the first seed, like they're between Cleveland, because they done lost a few games the last couple of games. They're in between Cleveland and Toronto's 2 games. They're in between Toronto and Boston is 2 games, and they're in between Boston and Atlanta is 2 games. So everybody's like really close. the difference between Atlanta and even the difference between Atlanta and the Knicks, I think, is like 4 games. So you can go on a winning streak, Atlanta goes on a losing streak, and everything just turns up.
But you add all those bitches up, and they're not even fucking close. 2, 2, 2, 4. Like they're miles away. Like you have to hope at this point because the Wizards are on. You want to talk about a series come up? Those guys started off fucking horrendous, but they got a little bit healthier, and they're not doing phenomenal, but they're slowly like their win percentage is rising. So you got to worry about the Wizards now. The Pacers started off abysmal with new coach, so they're finally working that in now. Like there's so many teams that are doing exactly what you're doing. There's no defining. Like remember when we looked at the roster to start here and everyone thought the Knicks were gonna be crazy. This is the exact reason why I said stop fucking. And people are like, hey, you're wrong. The team looks so amazing. Every year this happens. Like you look at paper and everybody makes assumptions. Is they not playing well together? The offense is garbage and nothing has changed. It's just new faces on the same garbage offense.
Hey, I didn't hear that coming out of your mouth a couple of weeks ago. No.
I said it to start the season, bro, and you got mad that I didn't put Knicks in the playoffs, and y'all thought it was crazy because everyone had them at like 5 and 4.
Oh, but they can still make the playoffs. All I'm saying is the reason why I'm really stopping, the reason why I'm slowing down and like criticizing some of these Eastern Conference teams, because realistically speaking, somebody can get hurt or somebody's going on a winning streak, and then everything changes. But at the end of the day, I already know, like, if the Knicks make the playoffs, every New York Knicks fan will be like, I told you. Even if the Knicks make the playoffs, that does not mean that they're a good team because they're still going to be around 500 or maybe even below 500. So just if you make the playoffs in the East, that does not make you a good team. There are only 2, possibly 3 good teams in the East. That's it. Everybody else is not good. They're not good whatsoever.
Yo, real quick, though. If the Knicks were in the West, or if any of these East teams scraping by were in the West,
they're 8th seed.
They'd be in the playoffs, yo. Yep.
They'd be 8th seed at best. If the Boston Celtics were in the West, I think it'd be 7th seed, but it'd be around 7th or 8th seed. They'd be bottom of the conference. Everybody from the Boston Celtics down, at best, you'd be 8th seed. So
that's true.
I don't know. I can't. It's because you make the playoffs in the East. That does not mean you're a good team. All them teams, except for 2 or 3 of them, maybe Boston, Toronto, and Cleveland.
I say Boston said their game up, but they've been tightening up. I've been seeing a couple of them games. They're getting good.
Yeah, they've been playing good. Since we're going to touch on Boston, hey, Bradley is playing really good.
I think Bradley's a factor.
Yeah, Bradley's playing OD good.
Whoa! Are we getting close to balling with Horford?
Yeah, we about to touch on balling with Horford real quick. He actually played good. He's been playing good for the last week. And on top of it, he had a buzzer beater in the corner 3. I saw that over on Twitter. That's what's up. Yeah, shout out to Horford for knocking down the 3. Bradley is going to be out. They missed a lot of players. Bradley is out with Achilles. Then you had Jaylen Brown is out with a sprained ankle. Amir Johnson's out with a sprained ankle. James Young is out with an ankle injury. And Tyler Zeller is out with infection. So they're going to have to reach real deep in their bench. However, at this time, like we just said, as close as the playoff race is, this is not the right time to have injuries. So hopefully they'll be able to bounce back, and hopefully they won't miss too many games. But I don't know. Y'all want to say anything about the Celtics? I just got to touch on the ball with Al Horford because he did hit the corner 3 to win the game.
Nah, fuck the Celtics. Let's talk about Horford.
Wow. No, I mean, Horford been playing good for the past couple of games, so I'll give him that.
Yo, shout out to Horford, man. He went out there and put on his 70. He was playing 76ers. They scraped by a W. All right, he went 19-12. That was last week, though. And so this week, started off pretty poorly, dropping 8 points, shooting 16%. Abysmal. Went up against Toronto. Of course, he held the L. What else did you expect? Up against Washington, they get a nice clutch W. He dropped 16 points against Washington with 9 rebounds. Yo, Horford hit 9 rebounds. I'm so proud of him.
Actually, I'm looking at it. He's been playing bad. That Philly game was exactly a week ago, wasn't it? Yeah, that was exactly a week ago. So that was at corner 3. So outside of that, the last 3 games, you're right. The last 3 games he played, he actually ain't playing good at all because he's shooting 36% from the field the last 3 games. Damn. He got 12, 13 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists.
That's not factoring in today. Today, they're also close to choking away like a 20-point lead against the Hawks. But he's playing decent, 10 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists. Well, considering he was supposed to be –
How is 6 rebounds? Oh, that's goddamn terrible.
10.6 rebounds, 6 assists. That's what we come to expect from Horford now, man.
That's fucking unbelievable.
Horford the great Horford, man. Yo, hashtag the great Horford in the chat, man. Spam it up, yo.
For real, spam that up in the chat. What's he shooting from the field though?
He's shooting 50%.
Okay, he's shooting good.
Yeah.
That's what's up. It'll balance out. It'll balance out.
We'll see, man. I want to see what the end, like what he finishes the season with. That's what I'm curious about.
It's gonna be. He's the same. I don't understand why people like expecting some drastic difference. I challenge people right now to go to a basketball reference. I'll put it in the doggone chat. His stat line, including this season, looks exactly the same for the past 3 years now. There y'all go. Look, I put it in the chat. I put it right there in the chat. Click on that link. He's been averaging 15 rebounds, like 15.2 in Atlanta the last 2 years. Now he's averaging 15.3, practically the exact same. Rebounds in Atlanta for the past 2 years, 7.2, 7.3. Now it's 6.9, so it's around 7. Assists have gone up. He's almost around 5. That's good. But steals are basically the same. Blocks, he has gone up a bit. He's near 2 blocks. But his field goal percentage is way down. That's crazy. His field goal percentage is way. He's shooting more threes. I understand.
Yeah, that's probably why.
But even if you just look at his 2-point percentage inside the arc, it's still pretty. Well, it's low. It's just lower than what it normally is.
That's the X factor, bro. Remember, he was supposed to change the game and make Celtics, the dominant super team to beat the Cavaliers. You don't remember that?
The man the man that's always been in the Eastern Conference is supposed to shake up the East, but I guess it is what it is. It is what it is. We gonna move on to Rico. We can actually just let me see. We only got nothing else to talk about. Besides, we can do this real quick. Because I don't think we talked about it last week. I think it happened on the day that we were on the podcast, or maybe the day after. But the Grizzlies beat the Golden State Warriors. A whole big old, like a huge back and forth between Draymond Green and Kevin Durant. People made a lot out of it. Did y'all see that game, or did y'all see at least what happened at the end of the game?
Nope.
You didn't see what happened at the end of the game?
Oh, when Kevin Durant called for the ball and bricked, and then they all got mad at him?
Yeah.
Yeah, I seen that. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Waffle saw because he put in the thing. Steve Kerr and Curry and Draymond, everybody was like, talking about how they really don't have that much experience when it comes to closing out games because they blow teams out. So they really don't know how to close out games, and they think that there's going to be a potential problem down the stretch. And they got to be more organized in those situations and be more concise. And then everybody's making a big deal out of the fact that they haven't beat any great teams so far in the season. They lost to the Cavs, they lost to the Grizzlies, they lost to the Spurs. So they're losing to all the better teams. Do y'all think it was blown out of proportion? That was just a bad game by them, or because they blew another lead. I think they blew a 20+ lead in the second half. Do y'all think that was a big deal? Is that something to be concerned, or that was just another bad game by them?
Yo, Eli stays hating in the chat, man. Shut the fuck up, Eli. God damn. But yeah, they have. I mean, I like Durant a lot, especially when he was in OKC. That man is clutch as fuck. He is beautifully clutch. So he missed a shot. You're not going to shoot 100% clutch shots, right? They also have Stephen Curry, who's incredibly clutch. They also have Klay Thompson. And so, they have so many X factors. Y'all got to cut it, okay? They're not going to make every shot. Of course, there was some miscommunication. Legit, any one of them could have took that shot, and that would have been a comfortable shot. I would have been like, that's the shot they should have went with. So I'm not tripping. I know it's some miscommunication. It's a new team, and they're not in that position a lot. But it's better this happened now when they learn from it than it happens against the Cavaliers in the finals or against the Clippers in the semis or anything like that, right? A lot better.
Yeah. I think that's what Draymond was trying to bring across to the team. As long as we he said he was happy that he lost that game so they can look at the things they need to change, because normally change doesn't happen unless you end up losing the game. So I think that he was ecstatic to a point that they lost that game, because he needed to make sure that they lost so they can actually make the decisions they need to make moving forward, because change isn't going to happen unless you lose games, or at least it's not going to be taken as serious if you're going out there winning a lot of games. So I think that was a huge plus. But what do you think about the Golden State Warriors? How how they look against other great teams in the NBA?
I think it's just learning how to play together, because in the Cavs game they were close. Really, I think that's one of the only games they were close in. I think the Grizzlies game, the Grizzlies just came back because the Grizzlies got interior paint presence. The Warriors don't really have paint presence. We talk about Marc Gasol and Zach Randolph. I keep telling people Zach Randolph, this man is still good, man. Still averaging 15. That man 35 or whatever, and man is still good. Gasol's big. The Warriors got nobody to stop Gasol when he's out there, especially when they double team. Tony Allen was hitting layups, so they got back in the game, and then the $150 man Mike Conley pull up with a clutch shot over being defended by Klay Thompson while Curry's in the corner guarding Tony Allen, of course.
Trash ass.
But you know what I'm saying? The last couple of minutes, they just need to figure out what the Warriors want to do. Of course, when you got Kevin Durant out there, Klay Thompson, Curry, any one of them guys can shoot the ball for you on the last possession. It really sometimes doesn't matter, but Kevin Durant still has to understand that because he's been used to playing iso ball. That's one of the reasons why Draymond Green was mad at him. That's why you see Draymond Green screaming at him, because Kevin Durant pulled a Kobe on the last possession. You know what I'm saying?
He was like a good shot too. It almost fell, yo.
Yeah, but they wanted ball movement and player movement. They want you to try to get a pick and roll action happening and kind of get them off balance.
You see,
he hit that so much in OKC. That's a good shot.
Nah, that wasn't a good shot.
I wouldn't say it's a good shot.
There's no reason to take a shot like that. He's not the only player on his team anymore. You got Curry, former MVP. You got Klay Thompson. Hell, Draymond Green was on fire that game.
And that's another thing too. Your KD down the stretch was like 0 for 3 or something. Like he wasn't shooting good. He wasn't shooting that good at all down the stretch. That's why they were trying to get him in Curry's hands.
The Warriors' offense completely stopped when Kevin Durant said, "All right, give me the ball, Curry," and he was asking for the ball. I was like, "Damn, okay, Carmelo, I see you out there doing that shit."
That's why he missed it, because he's Carmelo.
You have to do that though. Remember, like when you have that Kobe mentality.
You don't have to do that.
See, even when no.
Because here's the thing. That's the thing. That's the reason why Draymond said he was happy that he missed a shot, is because you think that's a good shot because he's making it, but in reality, that's not a good shot. Just because you make the shot, that doesn't mean it's a good shot.
He's 7 foot. He shoots over people. I know it was contested.
That Randolph is 7 foot 6'11".
I've seen him shoot that so many times.
But that doesn't mean it's a good shot because he shoots it and makes it.
I understand that. I get what you're saying. Move the ball around, try and find another shot. But what if you don't find a better shot and you end up with that same shot, but now you have to rush it? What if that's the end result?
I think they would have been better off. Trying to get player and ball movement and try to get a shot off rather than him. Because really, if you really think about it, the reason why Draymond was so upset at it is because Draymond was like, I think Draymond was looking at it like he knew that's what he was going to do. Because Draymond, through the defensive mind state that he has, he's in his mind state, he's probably thinking like, that's how we used to stop you all in OKC, because y'all usually just stop the ball and play hero ball. And once you stop the player movement, it just becomes easier to guard regardless of who you are. So Draymond, in his mind, he's thinking that's the reason why y'all lost to us last year anyway, because you and Westbrook would just stop player movement and start chucking up threes, and it just becomes that much more easier for people to guard you all. And that's not good basketball. And even though I do believe that the Golden State Warriors, they end up doing that to a fault from time to time with Curry and Klay, there was enough time limit on there for them to move the ball around and stuff like that. And I agree with Draymond. I'm happy he missed it. So there's a very thorough understanding that that's a terrible shot, because if he ends up making it and they go crazy like, oh my God, then everybody just like he in his mind, he's thinking, I know what I'm doing. Y'all need to sit the fuck up and sit behind my back because I'm going to bring this home. And if he keeps thinking that way, he can't do that against LeBron. You can't do that against LeBron.
Draymond Green is a team player.
People in the chat have skewed perceptions on clutch. If you don't think Curry,
actually, he's not. They're clutch, but if you actually look at their numbers, they're not as clutch as other players. They're not as clutch as you think they are.
They are though. Because
if you look at the numbers, they're not. I'm not saying they're not clutch.
Show me the numbers, yo. Which numbers are you talking about?
I'm not saying they're not clutch, but what I'm saying is they're not as clutch as you think they are. That's what
I know they're clutch because time and time, because everyone's gonna miss clutch shots. I understand that. I know a lot of the people that say, "Oh, Curry's not clutch, Durant's not clutch," because they choked this big lead. Yeah, he did it on his own. He's a star player on that team. Part of it mentally, he just fucked up and choked. Yeah, the choke was there.
But
that doesn't define his ability to shoot clutch shots.
He played bad throughout the entire game. That entire game. I mean, that entire fourth quarter. But no, that entire fourth quarter, he was. That's another reason why I was like, give it to somebody else, because that entire fourth quarter, he was not on.
Yeah, he was pulling a Kobe.
He wasn't.
I don't think that's fair though, because you have the best defenders in the NBA on him for over a 7-game series, and he has a bad game. It's understandable. I get that it was unclutch, and it was a choke. But the people defining their ability to make clutch shots on one moment, I think that's fucked up. Like, how about all the other shit they've done? I've seen them hit it so many times. They fucked up one time. Now, if they do it a second time, it's a whole new story. And then you're just starting to make choking a habit. And that's part of the reason why I don't know if the Clippers are ever going to win. I've seen them lose so many times with the same exact team.
Last year in the fourth quarter with less than 3 minutes left to go, Kevin Durant shot 40.8% from the field. That's not good.
There's been a lot of times he shot bad, but the mentality he has is the Kobe mentality. I don't give a fuck.
It's a fine mentality. It's a fine mentality. All I'm just saying is not as clutch as you. I understand what you're saying, but I'm just saying it's not.
I need the numbers though. What I don't know the numbers you're talking about. I'd love to see these numbers.
In the fourth quarter with less than 3 minutes left to go, he's shooting 40% from the field, and then when the game is between 5 or less points, he shoots 39% from the field in that situation. I'm gonna link it in the chat.
How do you compare that to who's the top in the NBA? What's their percentage?
Well, I have to go to ESPN for that. Hold on, give me a second. Or NBA stats, one of the two.
Because that's the number I'm looking for. First of all, I have a very good feeling that Gilbert Arenas, if you're talking all time, is somewhere on that list.
About all time,
I'm just saying if there was all time, I think Gilbert Arenas would be on the. That's all I'm saying, man.
We're not talking all time. But all I'm saying is I understand what you're saying, because it is a mentality that you have to have. But what I'm saying is I don't think he's as clutch as you think he is. And even if he is, that shot was not a good shot. And majority of the shots that Kobe took in his career, they weren't good shots. They just went in, so people didn't really say much about it until it just got out of hand. But you want to nip it in the bud earlier so you're not in that situation down the line, because, again, that's what Draymond was saying. Like, we need to make sure we execute correctly down the stretch. We don't need to be trying to play hero ball, because sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And again, I just think through the Golden State Warriors perspective, especially going up against the Thunder last year in the playoffs, even when they had a 3-1 lead, in their mind, they knew for a fact that when the fourth quarter rolled around, Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook were going to play hero ball, and it's easy to stop that. So if you're that predictable to the point where the other team already knows what you're going to do before you start doing it, it just becomes easier for them.
I get that, but I'm saying it's still – I get that they're playing a different offense. OKC, a lot like somebody brought up the Raptors. Those are two very ISO-heavy teams, and they just rely on people ISO and then score. And somebody in the chat said that's why they don't clutch out wins. But I've been seeing the Raptors do that all season. I saw the Thunder do that all season. It's a different story in the playoffs whether they can do that on really good teams. I get that.
Low key, though, sorry to cut you out. Low key, but even Draymond said that as well. Like, Draymond said, like, they played terrible down the stretch in that Toronto game, because they should have lost that game. Y'all should have won that game. Even Draymond said it. But when Kevin Durant or Curry makes some Hail Mary shot, that don't really help nobody, because, you know what I'm saying, they end up winning the game, and you don't really learn nothing from it.
Damn, I'm looking at the clutch stats in 1 minute left, ahead or behind by 5 points difference. And this is only in the playoffs. Russell Westbrook with 1 minute left is shooting 35.3%.
Is 1 minute left? Is that?
I can make it higher, but 1 minute left. That's like you want it to be less time, like 10 seconds?
No, like more time. Because I think clutch is like what you do in the last like 3 to 5. No, I think it's like 3 to 5 minutes.
Okay, I'll
when
put
the
out
game is on the line. And you have a whole bunch of time left on the clock, and you got to make decision not only offensively but defensively as well. That's what I consider clutch.
It's 43% for Westbrook. Paul George. This is the playoffs though. Paul George has 59.4%. CJ McCollum 48.6%. JJ Barea has that's on 1 attempt. Let me go back. That's too low. But yeah, for the most part, like the numbers are around the same mark. Like they're low 40s. You know what I mean? Oh wow, this is not going to go well with my point. Stephen Curry 25%.
That's what I'm saying. They're not there.
That was last year in the playoffs. Yeah,
they're not that high. I'm telling you, they're not. They're not that high. They're not as high as you think they are, man.
Wow, that's crazy.
They're not that high whatsoever. I'm trying to look at the regular season last year in clutch situations. This is all year last year. This is regular season last year. Excuse me. Russell Westbrook in clutch situations with 39% from the field. Let me see who else. CJ McCollum was 56%. And also you gotta look at the field goal attempts as well. Some of these players, they're not really attempting that many field goal attempts neither. I don't think it's as much as you think. But I think to wrap this up though, Jimmy Butler was 39%. To wrap this up, I just think the point that they were trying to bring across with him was that's not a good shot. If you make it, you make it. If you don't, you need to learn from it because that's not a good shot, and that's not how we about to run offense in this team. And the reason why I was disappointed because it was like he should know. I don't understand why Kevin Durant felt the need to like Waffle said to pull a Melo and be like, "Yo, give me the ball, give me the ball, give me the ball." It's like, yo, you left that team to be on this team. And you knew what the situation was. You knew you was going to give up some of that power, that you was going to relinquish some of that pull that you have. Because you know who team it really was at the end of the day. And he understood that, so he needed to come to grips with that, and it's not really his team. So that's how I feel about the whole situation. But
God damn, yo.
What?
I was just having fun going back to 2006. I believe that was the year Kobe dropped 35 points per game. And his percentage is abysmal. It's 18%.
That's what I'm saying. None of them players that you think are clutch are not really that clutch.
But that was the same year Wade won. Wade was also 16% that year.
Let me get a link to this.
But this is specifically to the last 10 seconds. So this is super clutch game winners.
Go ahead,
So Wade and Kobe are both 16%. I'm gonna link it in the chat. I'm also gonna link it in the Skype chat.
Go ahead, go walk.
No, I just want to see the link real quick.
Oh, okay.
That's crazy. I'm not gonna lie. I thought it'd be a little bit higher than that. There are some players with pretty good field goal percentages.
I don't think because I can't. The reason why I don't because I think somebody even said anything. The reason why I don't look at last 10 seconds is like that could be like that, like low key that could just be some lucky stuff.
Last 10.
This is accurate though.
But I'm talking about like we talking because like you clearly see these are like. These are not that many shot attempts if it's the last 10 seconds of the game. I want an actual like stretch of minutes where you're being clutch on offense and defense, and everything you're doing is really dictating the outcome of the game. I'm not talking about
that.
I'm talking about like 3 to 4 minutes. That's what I'm talking about.
Last 10 seconds can be skewed because you can be taking some wild ass shots.
Exactly. That's it right there. Listen, Steve Nash has 37.5%. Shout out. But Ray Allen. This is the highest one I saw from the people that take a lot of high volume shots. Ray Allen had the highest with 41.7% in the last 10 seconds.
But where do you see that at? What number is he? 6, I see him.
Yeah. So that's assuming you're taking a lot of shots because Luke Jackson is first, but he only took one shot.
But that field goal, let me see what that field goal attempts is because that's not even that many. It's 0.6.
But if you look at his, that's 0.6 per game though.
I know. I'm about to look at it. It's only 21.
Over the course of the season, he has 21 points in the last 10 seconds.
Only thing that's 21 games.
That's high relative to everybody else. The highest other person is Kevin Garnett.
That's 12 to 13 shots.
Anyway, I'm just saying to say that.
And they still were losing those games. They were 7 to 14 in those situations. Man, that's not clutch to me. I'm sorry.
Last 10 seconds.
It's clutch, but there's other parts of the game that brought them to that point that will prove that he's probably not that clutch. Because if he missed, because like for example, I know we kind of rambling on real quick, but like the shot that Kobe made against Dwayne Wade, right? That shot right there where he pulled up at the 3-point line, he banked the shot over Wade in Miami, and they ended up winning the game. The 3 possessions before that, Kobe missed every single shot, and I remember that game because I saw that game live.
It's all good as long as you make the last shot.
No, it's not because you put your teammate in that situation. You put your team in that situation to where you have to pull out a miracle shot. So just because you make the last shot, that doesn't mean that you're good. You put your teammate in the other. If you made a mistake and you correct your mistake, I'm not about to be sitting here and throw a parade for you because you made.
No, but that's it right there. Is in basketball when you make that mistake and you end up correcting it. It's exciting.
No. It's exciting, but that doesn't claim that you're clutch. And they were winning that. They were winning that game by like 10 points in the fourth quarter. and Kobe almost threw that game away, and then he had to sit there and just pull up at the last minute. Man, but
he won 5 rings, so.
Oh wow!
Let's cut that right there.
You got anything to say, Walt? Because I think Walt's trying to say something.
Yo, shout out to LeBron. Oh my, he shoots phenomenal percentages in the last minute.
But LeBron again is another situation where that doesn't really happen. That rarely doesn't happen to him because he doesn't put his teammates in.
I get that.
He doesn't put his teammates in the situation to make a last minute shot.
I get what you're saying, bitch. I'm just spitting the numbers because I think they're fun to look at. God damn. Oh man. Yeah, this is some good stuff here. I'm definitely going through this tonight. Is that a pause?
This guy's saying about an Instagram post or something like that.
Nigga about to beat his meat to clutch performances. 46%.
Are you done?
Gilbert.
Oh my God.
Walk off threes. Yo, you're bugging, yo.
You know, I know you like to talk shit about Paul George a lot, but he's the biggest standout I've seen from all these numbers.
Yo, you know what's crazy? Every single time we bring up Clutch, his nigga agent, low key, he just waiting for a pause. He be like, "But Gilbert Arenas though." I mean, chill out. Every time somebody say Clutch, he be like, "Gilbert Arenas." You're right. Gilbert Arenas.
You're right. His numbers weren't off the wall though. I was looking at them. They weren't as high as Ray Allen. They were on par with, like, I know y'all like to make jokes about T. Lue, but his numbers are really good in the clutch.
Tyronn Lue is another. He probably didn't attempt that many shots.
He did. I was looking at his numbers. He didn't attempt as many as Ray Allen, but like 60% of what Ray Allen did. Anyway. Yo, I'm leaving that link again. I'm letting y'all know right now. If y'all bored as fuck and you want to do something tonight, go ahead, man.
All right. So, yo, Waf, you got something to say?
Nah, boy.
All right, cool. Because we actually gonna wrap this up with the because we halfway through. Actually, by the time we come back, I think every team will be halfway through the season. So we're halfway the halfway mark, which is crazy, which is pretty quick. Halfway mark of the season. I want to give everybody. Did you put the link in the chat in the live chat, agent? Because people looking for the chat.
For what? The stats thing?
Yeah, the stats thing.
Yeah, I put it in twice.
Put it in one more time. I think people are trying to look for it.
I just put it in. Where y'all at?
I don't know where they at because everybody looking for the link. I never saw the link, but you know it is what it is.
And third time, man. If y'all missed that link, then I'm gonna buy you some glasses.
I still don't see the link. Hold on.
It's there, bro. I just put it in.
No.
Do I need to take a gazzo of the link? Yo, you're trolling me. Get out of here.
Oh, you talking about in the Google chat?
Yeah, I'm putting in the Google chat.
They're waiting for it in the live chat, in the live stream chat. I put the link.
I'm on your YouTube chat right now, bro.
I still don't see it, but it's whatever. Okay, I'll put it in there.
Wow.
Yo, nobody says it's not there, but yo, I just put it in there.
Can Waffle block me? Is that possible?
I don't see it.
I don't see you neither.
Because that's the only other.
I'm not even. I'm playing 2K, nigga. What you talking about?
I don't know if you did it. I'm just saying, could somebody do it? Because that's the fourth time.
Yeah, I put it in there.
Oh, you know what's crazy? It probably just automatically marks it as spam because I put a link in. Yeah,
because I'm the only one who put links in there. So I put it in there. I'll put it one more time, people. What this man agent was looking at. But because we're halfway through the season, we got the awards right now. MVP, you can do some quick explanation as well. MVP, who you got for MVP?
Yo, high key though, I'm not gonna lie, it still didn't show up for your link, so it's not just me.
What links are you even putting in the chat?
I'm putting the NBA stats link in there on the NBA website.
Did it go in there?
Yeah, I don't see your shit neither, so it's not just me, yo.
Oh, so never mind. Y'all taking it out. I guess they won't let us.
Yo, y'all gotta head over to Lowe's Twitter. He's gonna have the link on there, man.
Man, that's crazy. We can't put links in here.
It's your channel, man. You set the rules. What did you do?
Dumb as hell, yo. I'll do it. I'll do it next time, yo.
Raindrop. Crock pot.
That's crazy. Okay. But we'll go on. We'll go on. Everybody putting L's in the chat like L. Y'all bugging. MVP. Everybody in the chat as well. Y'all can get done putting the L. Y'all done with the L's in the chat. MVPs. Y'all tell me in the chat who y'all got for MVP, and y'all tell me who y'all got for MVP as well. Y'all can give an explanation with it as well.
I got James Harden. Reason why? Because his team is almost second in the Western Conference, past the Clippers, which, in my opinion, could have a better record, but they don't. And Harden, triple doubles this season. I think second behind Russell Westbrook, had multiple 40-point triple double games, a 50-point triple double game where he had like over 14 rebounds and over 14 assists. And this man is carrying this team, and that team is not supposed to be playing any sort of defense. And their coach is Mike D'Antoni, and they're winning. And Eric Gordon's coming off the bench. Ryan Anderson's in there. I mean, you got a bunch of this team. Harden is taking that team to another level. And you face that team in the playoffs, man, low key. That team's a team to watch, bro.
It depends on who they play in the playoffs. I don't think it just depends. Let me not say that. But Agent, who you got?
I of course got my boy Harden, man. Harden out there fucking killing the game, and he's actually winning. So, real quick on NBA stats last year in the playoffs. In the last 5 minutes, my boy Harden shot 56%. All right. So I know. Okay, one series, Agent. I know, but I'm glad that even though it looked like the team got worse, just like remember when the Raptors traded away Rudy Gay and that happened. The team got so much better because the chemistry finally started clicking. And really, I just want competition, man. I want Houston to be another big team in the playoffs that's going to cause problems for any team that goes up against them. And any team that has competition like that. And I wish there was a fucking team in the East that arose like that too. But no, maybe that'll be the Hawks. But that's what I'm waiting for. Harden's easily the MVP for me.
Yeah, I don't think. I still say I don't think that's a playoff team. They're obviously gonna make it. They're probably gonna make it out the first round, but I don't think that's a playoff team to me. But it is. I got James Harden as well as the MVP. People keep saying, Russell Westbrook MVP because he's averaging a triple double, which is arguable. I wouldn't go back and forth with you that much about it. However, though, just for a real quick, just so people understand, James Harden averaging 28, 29 points, 12 assists, 8 rebounds. He's 2 rebounds shy from a triple-double himself. So it's not like we're talking about somebody that's not averaging, that's borderline averaging a triple-double himself. He's almost averaging a triple-double himself, so you got to give him props for that. So if you're going to make the argument that Russell Westbrook should be the MVP because of triple-doubles, James Harden only two rebounds away from getting a triple-double, and he's basically doing that. I mean, he's going out there borderline getting a triple-double every game. I don't understand how you can't. And on top of that, his team is winning, and he's shooting better from the field, better from behind the arc, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure he's shooting better from behind the arc and putting up really, really good numbers night in and night out. But if it's not James Harden,
curious.
It would be Russ.
I'm asking the chat now because I think that the teams are even. Every time I talk to my friends in real life, they keep trying to tell me that Westbrook has less support on his team. And going into the season, I thought that the teams looked pretty even on paper. I still think in terms of talent, they look
going into the season, everybody kept telling me, because I said before the season started that y'all shouldn't be expecting that much on Russell Westbrook. Don't put too much pressure on Russell Westbrook, because Russell Westbrook team is not as good as a lot of people thought it was going to be.
So I want to ask the chat real quick. Chat, do you think Harden has more support or Westbrook has more support, or do you think it's even? I still think it's even. That's what I think. But everyone's
you think Harden has more support?
How does he not have more support?
I think you're just saying that because he's winning games. But
no, Eric Gordon is a better player than anybody else on the Thunder.
Yeah, no one was saying that last year, though. It was just the players started to step up.
Nobody didn't say that because Eric Gordon was hurt. Because Eric Gordon has always been a really good player.
A lot of people are saying Harden has more support. Some of people are saying even. I feel like it's still even. I know people like Westbrook. I know the story around Westbrook is he's put on the backpack and carrying the team. When you think of Harden, even though he's getting these phenomenal numbers, you're not thinking he's really carrying. Although that's really what he's doing.
I think Westbrook. I think people think that he's carrying because I think Westbrook wants to carry. Like low key, I think Westbrook is putting himself. I'm dead serious. I think Westbrook is purposely putting himself in a situation to do what he does every night. Because if you watch him play, like the way he jumps for rebounds, it's like Steven Adams could have got that rebound. Like, what are you doing right now? Like he does that sometimes. I'm like, yo, man, chill out, man. And the way he just at the top of the key, like James Harden, when they do the pick and roll with James Harden, it's obvious that not only is James Harden a threat, but Eric Gordon or Trevor Reeves in the corner, you can't lead them.
Or Ryan Anderson.
Or Ryan Anderson. Yeah. Ryan Anderson is crazy from not just the corner. Ryan Anderson is crazy from the top of the key. That's a crazy thing about Ryan Anderson. But what Westbrook, it really just seems like I'm gonna just run down the court and just run it down everybody's throat. And if y'all collapse on me, then I'll pass the ball. But what Harden, I think with Harden, everybody seems like an equal threat. But I just think that's the system that they play in. And I think Westbrook is I don't want to say purposely, but he's subconsciously like, yo,
yeah,
I'm about to go out there. I'm going to grab every rebound. I'm going to hold the ball for like 20 seconds. But to get these assists, like I think that's what it is. But if I had to pick, I think Harden's team is better though, low-key.
Okay, but take this in because keep in mind, OKC, when they had Durant, they were a very ISO-heavy team. Basically, they lived off pick and rolls for Westbrook, pull-ups at the top of the key, and Kevin Durant. ISO. So now they lost Durant, and it looked like any team with isolation-heavy offense looks like they're being carried. It's always going to look like that because they always have the ball in their hands. But the thing about Harden in that offense is he doesn't need the ball in his hands to score. I think it's more of like on paper it looks like they're even. I remember when all the trades were made. I remember when they got Victor Oladipo in the hopes of keeping Durant. We're like, they lost Durant, but they're still a playoff team. That's what a lot of people thought.
That's what y'all said. I said they were I said they were a borderline playoff team. I don't.
Yeah.
I really don't think because if there was another team in the West, like an 8th seed, this team would be a 8th seed team. Like if Portland had started off stronger, this is an 8th seed team because the only reason why they were as high as they were is because Memphis had injuries, Utah had injuries, and then Portland had injuries with Aminu as well. This team is now in the 7th seed and they're slowly going down. If any other team, they're in the 7th seed. If any other team in the Western Conference was a legit 8th seed team, man, that team wouldn't be in the playoffs. So that team would be the 8th seed.
That's facts.
If I had to pick a team, Houston is better. Houston is a better all-around team.
I hear that a lot, but I tend to think it's even. Anyway, most of the chat agrees with you, although some people think it's even. But nobody thinks Westbrook has more support, so that's interesting.
No, Westbrook. I don't think Westbrook has that much support. No.
Maybe if Oladipo was better, but then they're trash.
Yeah,
he's not trash. I don't know.
He's not trash, but he's good trash. You know what I'm talking about?
He's good.
Yeah, JJ in the chat brought up a good point. Harden is making his teammates better. Westbrook isn't. That's like the Peyton Manning effect. Like Peyton Manning plays with Eric Decker, makes him into a fucking Pro Bowl player, Pro Bowl type player, and then Eric Decker leaves. He's garbage on the Jets.
I think it's that hard.
I agree with this, yo. Eric Gordon, Ryan Anderson, mediocre players. Like now, people are like, I'm saying Eric Gordon went from being just a player in the NBA, a good starter, to almost being 6th man of the year. He might be 6th man of the year, yo.
But he's putting relative the difference between this year and last year.
It's not that. It's 2 points.
It's 2 points. Everything else is basically the same.
Exactly.
He's averaging like one more rebound, the same amount of assists. It's literally the same. It's 2 points. His field goal percentage is going up because he's obviously not being the ball handler. He's not being the main attention on offense. But it's 2 points. And even if you go back and you look further into his career in New Orleans, he's always been averaging around 15 points. His career average is 17 points. It's the same thing. I think people just forgot how good Eric Gordon was as a player because of injuries. But it's the same. It's the same thing. Eric Gordon at one point was averaging over 20 points a game. Like I don't understand why people are acting like he's always been a sharpshooter. Even outside of this year,
he's an in-real-life sharpshooter.
He's always been shooting around 40%. He's always been well over 35%. And then Ryan Anderson always been putting on like 15, 17 points.
True.
That's what I'm saying. Like some people say that I don't even understand where they're coming from with that. Like they've always been. Matter of fact, last year Ryan Anderson was averaging more points than he is. Last year Ryan Anderson was averaging more points last year than he is this year. Ryan Anderson last year was putting up. No, his field goal percentage is the same.
Went down though. No, I was gonna say his attempts.
His attempts went down, yeah, but the field goal percentage is basically the same. 43% last year, 43% this year. The 3-point percentage went up by 4%. But he's the same player. I think a lot of people just didn't know about those players, but they're the system that they play in the players. It works for those players, yo. I just think if people knew about it, they would know that those players are.
I know we're talking about Houston a lot, but the Grizzlies beat Houston. And yo, I low key before we end this, I just want to give a massive shout out to the Grizzlies because every year I think Nah, this year they're gonna be garbage.
I don't know why.
Every year they prove me wrong.
I don't know why. I don't know why you keep thinking
I don't know why
that Grizzly team is good, yo. That Grizzly team is solid.
Yeah,
solid Grizzly. That's all. That's a playoff team every year. And I don't know why you thought Utah was gonna be bad, but
I didn't think Utah was gonna be bad. I just thought a lot of people were overhyping them.
Nah, my playoff prediction in the West is basically exactly where it needs to be outside of Houston and the Timberwolves. There's only two. And matter of fact, I don't know because the Timberwolves could win a few games and they can be the 8th seed.
Yeah, they can.
so really and truly, my playoff picture in the West is basically about to be right outside of where the teams rank at.
I don't know what basically like about to be right. That's pushing it.
If the Timberwolves are 8th, everything will be right. All the teams.
Yeah,
right
but that means the New Orleans Pelicans, Sacramento Kings, and the Trailblazers had to fall off.
On the Trailblazers,
or the Timberwolves just pick it up and crazy.
I didn't have the Trailblazers in the playoffs. I mean, I had the Trailblazers in the playoffs, not Houston, so that would be the difference right there.
Oh, you didn't even have Houston in the playoffs?
I had Houston like barely missing it. Yeah.
Damn, that's an L, bro.
It is. It's an L. It's an L. Moving on real quick to the 6th man of the year. I think Waffle said I got Eric Gordon for 6th man of the year. Right?
Eric Gordon?
Oh, yeah, Eric Gordon 6 point. Yeah, I think everybody got.
I've got Eric Gordon too.
Put in the chat who you got for 6th man of the year. I think I got Eric Gordon. Most improved player who you got?
Is Giannis. Oh my God.
Okay, Giannis. Okay. Waffle, who you got for most improved?
Most improved? Yeah,
you got D Rose?
Fuck no. Giannis is much improved.
Yeah, I think Giannis is probably going to pull up for most improved. Because he was looking like this towards the end of the season. The fact that he transitioned that to this year as well. People still got Crawford as 6 man. Y'all bugging. that is done. He's not 6. He's not 6 man. Oh yeah, Zach LaVine is another one. Shout out to you in the chat who put in Zach LaVine. Zach LaVine is another one. And Isaiah Thomas is a potential. Isaiah Thomas might.
Yeah, he's in the running, I think, but I don't think nobody could. Because I know everyone knew Giannis had potential, but we've seen so many players come and go with potential, bro. It's crazy. Like, this player is going to be phenomenal. And who was that guy who was traded to the Lakers in his 2nd year? Long hair, white dude. It was a while ago. Was it Morrison?
I don't know who you're talking about.
That guy, I think he was the 1st overall pick. He was a very high pick.
Oh, Adam Morrison?
Adam Morrison. Remember that guy? Remember how amazing he was supposed to be? Like, we hear so many stories about people like him, like, yo, he's supposed to be amazing, and they never become amazing. So when I heard about Giannis, I was like, do I really believe it, though? But the fact that he was able to come up this quick, this fast, and actually do it, low-key has me excited, man. So,
yo, low-key, my man said Jabari. It might be Jabari as well.
Chill.
Now, Jabari shooting over 50%. He's shooting 50% from the field. Let me say 50. Shooting over 40% from 3. He's averaging 21 points, 6 rebounds, if I'm not mistaken, and 3 assists. He wasn't even averaging 15 last year. And I know he wasn't shooting. He was shooting under 30% last year.
Chris Middleton was healthy last year, though. He didn't get the attempts. I know that's not an excuse, but I just think Giannis is the most improved on that team and in the league.
I mean, but he became a much better 3-point shooter. I wouldn't be surprised if Jabari was shooting like in the 20% from behind the arc last year. And I know he wasn't. I know he wasn't making 15 points last year. But it's either Giannis or Jabari, one of the two.
Today Giannis, was it today or the other day? Giannis gathered from the 3-point line and slammed the ball. I was like, how, Sway?
He's done that quite a few times.
That's crazy.
Defensive player of the year, I would have to go on and say is Draymond.
I don't know who's defensive yet. I'm going to have to wait on that.
Oh, defensive player of the year. Let me think.
If it's not Draymond, then I'm going to go with Rudy Gobert. And if it's not Rudy Gobert, then I'm going to go with Marcus or one of those 3.
I'm going to go with PJ Tucker.
Okay, kill yourself.
Yeah, go ahead, kill yourself. Low-key, I haven't watched every team in the league yet. So, like, I don't know where Hassan Whiteside is because I don't know if I'm watching Heat game all year.
Hassan Whiteside, they're at the bottom of the doggone. They'll never give nobody at the bottom of the barrel a doggone Defensive Player of the Year award.
That's true, but I feel like there's so much I don't know about so many of these teams defensively yet. But I'm going to give a highlight. Lucas Nogueira got 4 blocks today. That guy is an in-real-life paint protector, so he's doing great.
The reason why I did say Kawhi to the people out there in the chat is because Kawhi.
He's getting sauced by Jimmy Butler every time they play. Let me check.
I don't think they're going to give Kawhi 3 defensive player of the year awards in a row. I don't think they will.
But let's say if they didn't give a fuck and there was no bias, do you think you get it?
Yeah, I mean he's obviously always in a running. I still think they'll give it to Draymond because at this point, without Bogut, it's obvious that he's by far the best defensive player on that team. Like,
yeah, I agree with you.
Hands down, like he just has to do so much more now because Bogut is not on that team.
Yo, wasn't there a year 2 years ago where Draymond got the most first votes but didn't win it, and Kawhi got it?
I don't know if that was defensive player of the year, but that's happened before. I don't know if that was defensive player of the year though.
But Draymond doesn't have one, so.
I think they will give it to Draymond this year. I think.
I hope Draymond gets it because he needs at least one of those in his career.
Yeah. And plus, I would assume they would have to give. Yeah, I think it's gonna be Draymond. They have to give him one. They can't pull a Kobe with the MVPs and not give him none.
Yeah, goddamn, they did Kobe dirty, yo. How does Nash end up with more MVPs than Kobe?
Yeah, they can't do that. And then, but you just said that same. You MVP, you the best player in the league, so that's how they got it, right? Nash is the best player in the league.
Stop, kill yourself.
And then what is it? I guess coach of the year. I would assume it's Mike D'Antoni.
I agree 100%. But it's like really, I feel like every year Popovich deserves it. But from like if we just pretend Pop didn't exist for a second, yo, that man D'Antoni, man, he needs one.
If it's not Mike, then I would go Brad Stevens, and then I think that's it. I think those are the only two I want to highlight. Maybe Quinn Snyder, maybe. But I will go D'Antoni first. I will go D'Antoni first.
I agree with that.
You agree with that, Waffle?
I'm cool with it. I like Brad Stevens.
Hornacek. How about Hornacek, bro?
Yeah, Hornacek.
You know what I say about Hornacek? You know all my opinions before the season. Everyone's like, relax.
You don't like Hornacek?
It's cool, but how the fuck I missed this shit?
Hornacek was actually really good before he got to the Knicks.
He's forced to play that what is it called? That triangle offense, that out of date offense. I think. Oh yeah, rookie of the year. Thank you for saying that because I was just about to say. I think that's it. Rookie of the year. I think Joel Embiid is obvious.
Yeah, Joel.
Yeah, he's only rookie out there.
Yeah, it's Joel Embiid. Everybody else, I don't even think nobody's like legitimately close. Brandon Ingram has been highly disappointing so far as a Laker fan.
Because y'all fucking picked up Dang. What'd you expect? He's not getting minutes.
Lakers
he's getting minutes now. It's just that he's just not nowhere near as good as he needs to be.
Give it a second, man.
All these 1 year, one and done players, I need to stay y'all asses in college.
Yeah, you sound like an old head right now. You need to stop.
If they're gonna come in the NBA and play like this, then they might as well stay in the NBA. I mean, they might as well stay in the.
I didn't know they were gonna play like this, bro. Yo, don't say some shit like that ever again. Kobe and LeBron were high school.
Kobe was playing terrible when he got into the NBA.
And he turned out to be one of the greatest of all time, all right? So relax.
I'm not saying that they can't turn into that, but I'm saying if you're going to play this bad, you might just stay in college.
But yo, you develop playing the best. You play college, you can dominate, and you probably and what's the benefit? You're still going to come to the NBA, and then there's going to be a much higher level of talent.
Damian Lillard stayed in college for like 3 years, something like that, and he came out. He was putting up really good numbers.
Oh, congratulations, Damian Lillard! All right. Well, I think that you can develop in the NBA better than you develop in college. Bam.
Maybe over a set of years, but
you don't have to worry about academics. You got okay. You got dedicated people to train you, etc. You got
you talking about dedicated people though. You talking about dedicated people. There's a lot of people,
and you're a millionaire.
There's a lot of people. There's a lot of people who come out of college who do not dedicate their life to basketball, even though they're in the pros.
Oh, shout out to Larry Sanders, man. Shout out to OJ Mayo. Yo, you see the pictures of OJ Mayo?
Yeah, OJ Mayo is going through a spiritual path right now. Yo, my man OJ Mayo was dressed up in bed sheets over in Africa, looking like what's the monkey name? Yo? No, what's the monkey name in Lion King?
Mufasa?
No, not Mufasa. No, the monkey, yo. Yo, what's the monkey name, yo?
I know you're talking about though.
When he crack open the fruit and
coconuts, yo.
Yeah, he put it over his head. Man, what's that monkey called, yo? Yo, put it in the chat, yo. I know somebody ain't gotta know it, yo.
They're too young.
What's his name? It's Rafiki. Is that his name?
Rafiki. I think it is.
Yeah, it's Rafiki.
Yeah, Rafiki, yes. Yo, he was looking like Rafiki. Yo, older man was bugging. That man was too high over there. Oh, yo.
Yeah, he was on something for sure.
Yo, he was bugging over there, yo. And he had the stick. He had his hands out. He's on Instagram. He's on Instagram like, I'm trying to live my life right. I was like, yo, you're bugging. You're bugging. You go through a spiritual path, yo.
Hilarious.
I think that's it though. Oh yeah, I'll say this though, so we can get some awards to the terrible teams. Worst contract gotta be Joakim Noah's contract.
I think Mike Conley.
No.
I don't think he's playing awful. I just think
Noah.
I just feel like in the long run, I feel like that's going to tie them up, and I don't know if they're not a championship team for sure.
It's going to tie up. You don't think that Noah contract will tie up?
But Noah's a much smaller contract, though.
Get rid of that shit, bro.
No, I don't think y'all can.
Yeah, we can.
I'm not saying real quick, but I cut you all off. I'm not saying Conley's been bad. I just think in the future, when they're trying to build a championship team,
I'm talking about
contract's going to get in the way.
I'm talking about today. I'm not asking you to be.
You talking about today?
I'm not telling you to be Cleo. This man,
I think it's gonna be Noah. Then, yeah, you're right.
Noah's on a 4-year, $72 million contract, getting paid $17 million this year.
That's crazy. Yeah, some people in the chat are saying Mozgov too.
I forgot y'all had that nigga. What's that nigga doing?
Where's he been at?
Somebody keeps saying Brog. What's his name? Brogdon. I seen him a couple of games, but Malcolm Brogdon. I actually what's this thing called? I actually thumbnailed his name to my thing actually.
Oh, shout out to Abe in the chat. He said Chandler Parsons or Evan Turner. Evan Turner definitely.
Evan Turner is $100 million. Matter of fact, wait, tell me. We gotta.
Wait, has Chandler Parsons played a game yet?
Yeah,
Chandler Parsons injured. He's played, but he's been injured for most of the season.
No, but Evan Turner has not been injured. I gotta check out my man Evan Turner, yo. Because Evan Turner.
He got a nice contract, man.
9. Well, he coming off the bench though. No, Evan Turner's fine. 9 points, 4 rebounds, 3
assists.
No. Coming off the bench, playing 25 minutes.
Man, he's playing.
That's what I'm saying. Bugging.
Nah, this man getting paid a lot though, isn't he?
What's his percentage?
43.
Oh,
nah.
What's his 3-point percentage?
No. It's 4 years, $70 million. 4 years, 70. Because it's the same thing as It might be dang though. Yo. No, not even. Yeah, let's pause for a second. It's not Mozgov because Mozgov. I think we knew what we were gonna get with Mozgov. Dang has been a huge disappointment. We talking about field goal percentage. Luol Deng is shooting 39% from the field.
Ooh,
playing 27 minutes.
Yo, but the Lakers bench better than the starters, right?
He also signed a 4-year, $72 million contract. It's either through Deng or Noah is one of the two. I'm still gonna say Joakim Noah.
How's Tyler Johnson doing? I know he got a hefty contract too.
I don't even know why I signed Deng.
I don't know why we signed Deng now. I knew we need a veteran, but not a veteran like that.
That's a veteran right there.
That's a true veteran. Like what?
Tyler Johnson's playing great.
Didn't Deng make the All-Star game 1 year?
Yeah. He's been awesome.
God damn, what happened?
He made it 2 years. What's my man name? Tibbs ran into the ground, yo.
Yo, that's true.
Tibbs was like, "Nah, you gonna get this work, boy. He gonna get this work."
I think
he destroyed that man's body. He made him play 40 minutes a game on some reckless shit.
Yeah. What else I was about to say? I was to say no. I was to say no is the worst contract. Most disappointing team so far.
Knicks, right?
Oh,
Knicks or the Timberwolves? It has to be one of those two.
For me, it'd be the Timberwolves. I thought it was well, no, they can still make it. It might be the Knicks.
That nigga said the Timberwolves gonna make it. That's crazy.
I said you said the Knicks are gonna make it.
Listen, the Knicks are 2 games they're gonna get in.
So are the Timberwolves.
But the Timberwolves had all their players always healthy like this.
No, they didn't. Ricky Rubio got injured. Pekovic is injured.
Y'all had all y'all players too. Come on,
No, we did not. So what?
You had one game where Rose ran away. Chill out, bro.
Nigga, Porzingis been injured for like a week now. What are you talking about?
He been injured for 9. He just missed a shot in
That was like a game ago. Nigga, he missed 3 games, played 2 games, missed another game. Probably gonna miss the game versus the Raptors. This nigga's missed multiple games already, nigga.
All right.
Yo, Waffle, you want to make a bet on that Raptors next game?
Now with Porzingis not playing.
We'll make it a small bet.
I would still say I would say the Timberwolves. Yeah, all right.
Bro, these rest of the game is some trash, bro.
Yeah, the Pacers have been playing better, just in case people out there might say the Pacers.
The
Pacers
Cavs are playing,
Yeah, they are.
The Pacers playing better.
Shout out to Paul George shooting phenomenal clutch percentages out there.
Shout out to Jet T. He's playing like an all-star over the past couple of weeks, and I don't think nobody really recognizing it.
Oh, word, finally?
Yeah, he's finally playing good. I don't know, maybe it was a system, or maybe he was still battling injuries or whatever. But he's playing really good now.
Maybe she's a bum.
Wow. Let's see, one more. We'll say this. Looking at where we're at right now, 2 players you think that's going to be traded before trade deadline, or that needs to be traded?
Millsap and DeMarcus.
Whoa, I'll give you an L right there on the spot. But I'll say, let's see. Let's take a trip to the Eastern Conference real quick. I would say
Millsap as well, because I don't know what it like. I don't know if they're trying to tank because they just got rid of Korver. I don't know what they're trying to do. But I'll say Dragic and Rose.
Who the fuck wants Rose?
Kings want Rose, apparently, nigga.
Low key, I think you're right. It may be Millsap and Dragic, because I think Dragic could go on a few teams and help him out.
Yeah, especially Tyler Johnson playing nice. Dragic is exposable.
And on top of that, I don't think Dragic wants to play there anyway, because he thought he was going to play with Wade and Bosh.
Millsap's not even on the block anymore, isn't he?
They took him off the block, but they need to put him right back on that block.
High key though. Dragic has some really good numbers.
I'm not saying he doesn't have good number. What I'm saying is that the Miami Heat, I said this on Twitter. If you don't follow me on Twitter, shout out to people in the chat. Follow me on Twitter, y'all. But if you don't follow me on Twitter, I said it earlier in the week. Dragic is at a point in his career where he can't. I mean, Miami's at a point in their franchise to where they can't really take any more risks because they don't have that many first round picks. They don't have that many first round picks heading up in the next couple of years because they traded for Dragic. So
this thing, Isaiah Thomas hit a game winner.
Yeah, somebody said in the chat, Isaiah Thomas was clutch.
Technically, they were up like 20 against the Hawks. So the fact that they lost, it was kind of pathetic. But shout out to Isaiah Thomas.
The fact that they lost,
his clutch percentages are going up.
I don't know why y'all. Let me ask this. Before we can do this. Who do you name a player that y'all hate in the chat? And we're gonna
Bargnani.
Because for whatever reason, I'm really trying to realize people really don't like Dwight Howard. Like, I don't understand that. I said that Dwight Howard should be an all-star.
In Atlanta?
Or at least considered to be an all-star. And everyone was like, what? I don't care what type of numbers he putting up. He trash.
He ain't no all-star.
14 and 14 is an all-star? Or 14 and 13, something like that?
Wait, he's doing that this year?
Yeah, he putting up 14 and 13.
Damn.
But you think he's the best player on that team, though?
I'm not saying he's the best, but I'm just saying he should be considered for all-star considerations.
Oh, yeah, he could be considered. Multiple people be considered. But, yeah, I got time ticking for me, so I got to edit this video. So I'll catch everyone. You know,
I don't know if he's serious, actually.
That's it, because I was about to wrap it up, too, anyway. Just going to wrap it up, Waffle.
Are you uploading today?
I got to upload all 10 of these videos today, nigga. What do you think I'm doing?
Today? You mean edit these today?
I'm editing and then uploading as soon as I finish editing.
You're not.
I'm not? How am I not, Sway? Tell me. I'll gather my video manager. See if anything is scheduled for next week. So
Yo, tell the people, Bob, my nigga.
Y'all already know, man. Knicks versus the Raptors on Sunday. If y'all going to the game, is it at the Toronto Arena?
No, I'm not going to a Toronto game. That's just $600. I'm good.
Oh, word. Oh, damn. You don't go shit. Broke ass.
Yeah, bitch, I got tuition.
What? But, let's skip a few classes, my nigga. God damn. You know how I pay the whole shit. But, everyone in the chat, you already know where to find me on the New York Knicks channel. Could even do a couple live streams next week after a couple Knicks games. Check me out. But, yeah, bro. Just make sure you get y'all votes in. Make sure we vote for the right players. And, we out of here. Well, I'm out of here. Deuce.
Now kill yourself.
Right. I know, right? Nigga said Deuce like it was 2005. Stop.
Deuces.
Deuces. Dumbass.
Yeah. What's up, people? What's going on, y'all? Hey, I'm chilling. I'm about to hop on some Rainbow Six Siege, of course. Some people asking me to stream. Absolutely not. Streaming is too much work, and I want to relax right now. But I appreciate it. So thanks for watching, guys. I know some people get triggered by what I say, but remember, everyone has opinions. That's the most deaf quote. So I'm glad y'all stick through it, yo. Thanks. Someone said, please change your photo. Nah, man. This is when Kanye had a nice jaw.
Wow.
Keep it this way. Remember when he had a nice jaw?
Kanye had a nice jaw. Wow. Yo, shout out to everybody in the chat who's still here. We still got like over 150 people. That's what's up. Shout out to everybody in the chat who's still here. Shout out to everybody who's still rocking with the channel and still watching the videos and stuff like that. New video will be up tomorrow because I'm borderline done editing it already. And I guess that's it. We'll see y'all on the podcast next week. Follow all of us on Twitter. All the social media links are in the description below. And like I said, Saturday, Monday, Wednesday is when I'm gonna be uploading. And peace. Sheesh.
Bye. Wow, kill yourself. You're not Kyle.